Hello everyone, it's Mr. Zistinar and we are going to talk about cultural intelligence. In our team we got Ms. Zistinar, Ruiz Ramos, Honey Win, and Ian Down. So these are our outlines of presentation. First, description and core components. Second, relevant histories. Third, the importance of CQ. Fourth, how to develop CQ. Part 1, I'm going to talk about description and core components of CQ. Description of CQ. We encounter, speak to, educate, and engage with individuals from many different ethnicity in our numerous job, educational, and communal environments. Cultural intelligence is the capacity to perform well in a range of ethnic environments such as the business, society, or social situations. It is a widely accepted method of evaluating and increasing performance in multicultural contexts. Core components of CQ. There are three types of core components of CQ. First one is hair, second one is heart, and third one is body. So I'm going to talk about first hair. It is the most important component of CQ. Mainly this component is used for observation or research about anything of culture. The capacity to apply those tactics to recognize our contemporary culture conceptions. This will allow you to modify your judgment call and communication style. Second, body. It is the second most important component of cultural intelligence. It refers to the process of transforming cultural knowledge into behavioral outcomes. These really are probably the most obvious way in which individuals perceive your CQ. You demonstrate it through your expression, body movements, and the approach you do sociocultural tasks. So last one is hard. To possess a high CQ, someone must be self-confident not to be frightened to make honest errors or decisions, and self-assertive enough to continue developing by confronting modern cultural settings. All three from these factors are used by individuals with a high CQ to monitor and limit their activities. They can comprehend what's going on in any cultural environments and regulate their behavior correctly without making snap decisions or relying on preconceptions.
Thank you so much, Sujit. Good day, everyone. I am Riz, and I will present to you the relevant history of cultural intelligence. Cultural intelligence is the capability of successfully adapting oneself to different cultural situations, recognized as the capacity to successfully work with others who come from range of cultural backgrounds and have a diversity of worldviews. Skill that is more valued in today's globalized society. The concept of cultural intelligence is one of that is often discussed in a variety of contexts, including those of business, education, government, and even academic study. History of cultural intelligence. Son Ang and Lin Van Dien invented cultural intelligence as a research-based method for assessing and forecasting intercultural performance. CQ stood for cultural intelligence when they work. Cultural intelligence, the ability to succeed in international settings, is a major shift in research from explaining cultural differences to bridging them. Christopher Early and Suan Ang coined the phrase and researched it in their 2003 book, Cultural Intelligence: Individual Interactions Across Cultures. In Leading with Cultural Intelligence, David Livermore elaborated: culture influences competency. Improve your intercultural abilities. Early, Ang, and Van Zin describe cultural intelligence as a person's capacity to adapt when she or he interacts with others from diverse cultural areas. Cultural intelligence is behavioral, motivational, metacognitive. If they don't understand other cultures, foreign facing businesses, and the military risk becoming like them.
Thank you, Rex. Hello everyone, I'm Han Yu. And after learning what CQ is and its history, we had to understand what role it plays in our present day. That means how important it is. Therefore, I will talk about it in three effects to just the importance of CQ. The first attribute of CQ is knowledge of culture. This means that having cultural intelligence allows a person to realize and understand the cultural values, beliefs, and practices of others. In Hofstede's research in 1997, it stated that culture is nothing that people are born with, but comes from the social environment in which they narrate. In Dunn and Jefferson's research, it was found that effective cross-cultural communication between expatriate leaders and local employers is to adapt to the local culture. For example, if someone is culturally intelligent, they will realize the importance of positive eye contact in conversations. In certain cultures, through understanding those cultural differences, they can communicate more effectively with people from different cultural backgrounds, resulting in clear and more successful communication. When a person is culturally intelligent, they can consider multiple perspectives when solving problems or making decisions. According to numerous researchers, CQ can help leaders successfully deal with different national, organizational, and professional cultures. This means that they can consider the cultural context in which the problem arises or the issues that determines it and consider how cultural factors therein influence the stage situation in the area. This is because they may have to consider everyone's point of view and try to find solutions that everyone can accept. But considering multiple perspectives and understanding cultural contexts, culturally intelligent people can produce more creative and effective solutions. Cultural intelligence can make it easier for individuals to adapt to a new cultural environment. A sense of efficacy in social discourse is an important factor in ability a person to communicate successfully across cultures in a new environment. If a person does not believe that he or she can deal with people of a new culture, that is, if a person has a poor motivational aspect of cultural intelligence, he or she will repeatedly fail or even withdraw at the beginning. However, if the motivational aspect of cultural intelligence is good, a person will face difficulties and failures and then face them again with greater energy. As a result, having cultural Intelligence makes it easier for a person to adapt to a new cultural context, and this is particularly important in today's globalized world. This is my full section.
Hello everyone, I am Yi Yingdong. Thanks to the above three group members' presentation, as we emphasized in the previous section, intercultural competence is an essential professional skill in a cross-cultural environment. So how do we develop cultural intelligence? Here are several methods that have been summarized through previous researchers. The first method is called reciprocal mentoring. This method needs two culturally diverse participants take turns as mentor and mentee to guide each other, helps individuals overcome cross-culturally relevant challenges. However, there are several necessary requirements for this method. The first is to establish a healthy mentor and mentee relationship. And the second is to share a common interest between the two participants. And the last one is that the participants have to share a desire to succeed beyond cultural differences. The second method is using social media for information and social purposes. This could help improve individual mental health and individual performance in cross-cultural settings, and also expand social cognition and increase self-complicity. The third method is called participation in CQ education. There are four key steps in this method. They are teaching intercultural knowledge, reading cultural literature from different countries, sharing information in the form of presentations and discussions, and observing cultural differences in a different country. The data shows that this one is the most effective method because it allows participants to gain direct experience with cross-cultural interactions. This was also confirmed in another data outcome, while study abroad experience helped to create competent professional, critical thinker, effective communicator, ethical leader, innovative problem solver, lifelong learner, and socially responsible global citizen. The first method is role playing in simulation games. We have to play a specific role for a specific cross cultural situation in these games. There are some famous games, include BAFA, Albatross, and Eco Tunnels. In summary, the approaches to developing CQ are divided into two main areas, including information-based learning and experiential learning. There is also a developmental approach that combines the two methods. But from the researchers, the experiential learning approach is more helpful in developing CQ. That's all for our group's presentation. Thank you for listening.